Alrighty, today is our short story test. Before we get started with that, I do want to create this little video so you can find instructions as to how to access your test and how to use your test. This might be your first time using a digital test, maybe you're familiar with it. Either way, I do want to go ahead and just break that down for you. So your test will appear in Google Classroom under the Classwork tab. You'll find today's date and it will pop up right here along with this video. You might not see your test right away, and that is because the test will open within the class period. It is also going to close within the class period, so you have that full 70 minutes to take that test. Make sure you are using that 70 minutes wisely. Like I said, it will close at the end of the class period, so you need to submit that before the bell rings. However, when that test does pop up and it's time to take it, you'll click it right here, and a document like this will open up. This test is a Google Doc, so you want to be very careful as you're taking the test. If you delete something, it might disappear and you might not be able to find it again. But let's go ahead and break down the page. The very first thing you're going to see is just a disclaimer about the test. It lets you know that you're taking a short story test. You can go here and double tap to type your name, date, and period. And there's some other information such as what this test is composed of, how long you have to finish, and what you need to turn in after your test. Remember, you have 3 other things due today. There is a disclaimer towards the bottom that you want to go ahead and check out, and that is basically saying that if plagiarism is detected or I realize that you're cheating or copying or using somebody else's words in this test, your test can result in a 0. When you submit this test through Google Classroom and when you're finished, it will automatically check for plagiarism. So if that does come up as positive and you have been plagiarizing during this test, you will get a 0. So please keep that in mind. Use your own words. Try your best. Additionally, if you have any other resources out, such as your phone, a separate computer, or any other resources that are not allowed, that will also result in a 0. You will have your camera on for this test, so keep that in mind. I will tell you what you can use and what you cannot use when class actually starts. All right, from there, you'll notice that you have a bunch of different questions here. You can click on those to go directly to a question. There is 15 questions total. You can't see question 15 because it is the last bit. So to get that to that one, you'll just scroll, such as I am doing now. You'll have a section for each story we've read, so you'll get a passage to read from that story and a set of questions. You have both multiple choice and short response. So I would advise you, again, to use your time wisely. If you want to answer the multiple choice first and then come back to the short response, that's a perfect option. If you want to read it in order, do the multiple choice, some short response, some more multiple choice, that's fine too. Just keep in mind your time limit. In the passage that you're reading, you can take notes if that helps you. You can click on anything that you might want to highlight by using this highlight tool here, and you can do so. You can make it different colors if that helps you find some answers or realize something. That's all for you. Again, be careful not to delete something. It will not come back if you delete it. There's no way for me to re-pull that up for you, so be very careful. When you are ready to answer a question, though, such as a multiple choice one, you can kind of go ahead and read the question and find your answer. When you think you found the answer, you have 2 options. You can highlight that answer like that. I'm sorry, it was more like that, and then move on to the next question. Or if you don't want to highlight a question or you can't get the highlight to work, you can go ahead and just underline your answer and move on to the next question. Again, only highlight or underline one answer for each question. If you highlight or underline multiple things, the question is wrong because you're selecting multiple answers. Each multiple choice question has one answer, so be careful when you're underlining or highlighting. As for the short response, you can read the question here and type directly into the boxes. Make sure you're using a legible font such as Times New Roman or Arial. And if you need to make the text bigger or you need to change the italics back to normal, you can do so. When you are finished with the test, you'll be able to submit it through Google Classroom and you'll be all set. Again, please keep in mind that time frame. You do have the full 70 minutes, so please use that time wisely. Alrighty, so good luck. Let me know if you have any questions as you're taking the test.